You know, recently I've been thinking, would Yankee fans accept me if I pitched for their team, or would I be ruthlessly booed and rejected by the fan base? And I want that answer, so in a couple days' time, I'm going to put it to the test. But before I do, I'm facing the same team that I pitched against 5 days ago, and that can be a trap game. Oh my god, what is going on? So I've got to get my body right, help the boys with some pitch design, and I think I've invented a new rule that could make baseball way more exciting. So let's get to the field. It's time to play everyone's favorite game, What's in the Box? And today we have this box here from Cello Nutrition, which you probably have never heard of because they're a brand new company, but they're one of my favorite snack foods, especially for performance. Really good ingredients, good quality stuff in their bars, and they taste great. I met these guys at ABCA earlier this year. They had a booth there. They're just launching their company. Actually, a couple of college baseball players that built this nutrition bar for performance and health because they were going out trying to find all sorts of snack foods to like fuel themselves during games, and there was nothing that had like high quality ingredients plus like protein and different stuff that they needed for fuel in the game. So they basically launched their own company. They've been building this stuff out. Really passionate guys. They make a really great product, and I'm excited to see what's in the box, so let's open it up. For athletes by athletes. Lots of good stuff here. I'm excited about this because I'm a huge snacker. I haven't had like the best of snacks. Had some beef jerky, some trail mix, but like nothing like this. So check this out. Power outage flavor coming soon. We got an electrolyte supplement right here. So you're gonna put this in your water, which is great for here because we don't have any electrolytes here. We just get water. So I can get Gatorade or whatever, but definitely gonna be throwing this in there. It's got creatine in it. So basically you can take this, you're gonna get hydrated, you're gonna get your daily amount of creatine in, which is super important. If you aren't taking creatine, it's like one of the supplements that's pretty safe for everybody, and you should be taking it. So they've just combined that in here, high quality creatine with electrolytes. So this is the electrolyte supplement. This is the hydrate and the recover right here. So we have watermelon mint. It's gonna be 3 grams of glycine in this. So you can have like this one during workouts, you can have this one after workouts, 2 different types of things. I'm excited to test this. Watermelon mint sounds great, and 0 sugars in both of these, by the way. So we got a little Cello hat. Really nice little, this is like a golf hat thing. What do you call this? It's like a little rope on, I don't know. I like the look of that. Anyway, what I'm excited for are these. Look at this, chocolate sea salt protein bites. Ugh, I'm a huge fan of sea salt, as is. I just like sea salt on everything. Tastes great. I'm a big salt guy in general. I like salt on everything. But yeah, we got these little protein bites. 8 grams of protein. Sugar is from oats and honey only. So there's no artificial anything in here. Produced here in the United States, so I'm gonna open one of these up actually. I'm so excited. This is what the little bars look like. Oh, that's good. When I met these guys at ABCA, they had some bars out and they tasted great, but the one gripe I had was they kind of stuck to your teeth. So like they're really chewy, and it made it hard to kind of like get it down. You end up chewing a lot and like trying to clean it off your teeth. These are the second version. No problem with that. And put a couple of these things in my little snack pouch here for the game. Head down to the dugout. But thank you to the guys at Cello Nutrition. This stuff is not going to be around very long. I'm going to crush this in the next couple days, but appreciate you guys. Well, body recovered okay. Arm actually feels pretty good. Bicep feels better today than it did after my last start. 115 pitches, not really that much for me, but highest of the season on a day that I already wasn't feeling like fully recovered. So gotta be careful this cycle, not overdo it, continue on this recovery path that I'm on. But bicep feels pretty good, forearm feels pretty good, overhead feels pretty good. The biggest thing is just the core, the obliques, intercostals, back, in rotation, just like very tight. That's where I'd prefer to have soreness if I'm gonna have anything, so happy about that. But gotta get my work in, gotta loosen that up, a lot of rotational stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I sat in the hot tub for 15 minutes earlier, got a little sweat in. Would like to do like a sauna. Hot tub's a good alternative for that. If you don't have a hot tub or a sauna, you can also just do like a hot shower for like 20 minutes, as hot as you can take it. But yeah, I'm just gonna get my work in. Took the win last night, so we're up 1-0 in the series. Gotta get a win tonight. Make it 2-0, take a commanding lead, get back on track in the win column, and yeah, it's a beautiful day. Finally starting to warm up. I'm gonna get my work in. You mirroring me today?
No. You started your intro and I, a little cameo real quick. You've always stood on the first base side of the rubber, correct?
Yeah. Well, not always.
Not always?
I was third base when I started my career.
and then I switched at certain points.
So for you, what made you switch? Because for me, it's opened up like a whole different lane for where my
Yeah.
Because I was on the third base side,
Yeah.
slightly closed off, and then as I'm throwing, now I'm throwing from,
Yeah.
nothing's consistent with.
Yeah, so I tried to get my release point as close to the middle of the rubber as possible.
Okay, gotcha.
Because that way I felt like I could tunnel in the middle and then run stuff different ways. Whereas if I was on the third base side and everything's angling in this way, certain pitches just don't match. They pop out way too early.
So like way easier to pick up. It's almost like as a hitter you could just, all right, I know everything's coming from where.
Yeah, like if you're like a lateral guy, like a sinker sweeper guy.
Yeah.
Being third base side and crossfire is great to a righty because it's like one goes this way and one's that way. Same thing on a lefty.
Right.
But I'm more of an up and down guy. So when I'm over there to a righty, like you can when it's a more like crossfire approach, you can see up and down way easier than you can see left and right. So when I was over there, I would kill lefties because when the ball's coming in towards you, you can't see up and down nearly as well. But righties gave me a lot of trouble. And I had like reverse splits.
Okay.
But when I switched to being on the first base side, got my release point a little bit closer. It's still like the release point's still slightly off the edge of the third base side of the rubber, but it's not like 3 feet off.
Right. Gotcha.
And then I got better at being able to attack both side hitters. It helped even out those
Like
splits.
Scott just said, it's like now my misses could be like, okay, if I am trying to go to a certain spot, well, my miss isn't as far arm side.
Yeah.
It used to be, and now it can be potentially strike.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I just think that
get I guess like a video over the top of a mocap, like you could see if you were to base it on the rubber, like you said, you're just off the third base side.
Yeah, right. So like if my foot is the rubber, right, and I'm on the first base side throwing this way, my release point will be like just slightly off, like obviously way out here or whatever, but it's slightly off the third base side, but my foot is like over there.
Right.
And that's just because like when I come through, my arm's like, out to the side of my body a little bit.
Gotcha.
And I also step a little bit crossfire. Like if I'm lined up here, my heel will hit about on the toe. Like I'll be about like here in a game.
That crossfire is still now directionally going forward and straight.
It's still going straight to the plate, right?
Then again, for me, I'm
Right. Yeah, like if I was over here in crossfire and the plate's like over here, I'm having to
fight yourself.
yeah. Unless you're like a pretty significant sidearm, run sweep type of guy, I'd always recommend righties to be on first base side.
It's so crazy, bro. Nobody tells you this shit. Nobody tells you this shit, man. Just get on the mound and you throw hard, just try to throw it.
Yeah. It does make a difference visually though for you. It's just it frees up a lot. Like you're not having to.
So much.
Yeah.
Like I didn't realize. Okay, being all the way over here, like I said, my eyes and the plate wasn't. My eyes weren't even over the plate. Now I'm on the side, and now I'm just open. I come set. I'm like, I see. I can see everything. It's way better.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a good adjustment.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep.
Hey, real quick, if you're a pitcher and you're not throwing as hard as you know you should be, I made a free velocity development guide and video. It's going to walk you through exactly what you need to do to gain velocity at any stage of your career. It's yours, absolutely free. Just scan the QR code or click the link in the description, put in your info, and I'll send it right over. So I finished my warm-up, and on my way out to BP, I ran into Tony Fossis.
But I did one of your bullpens in Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. See, you don't know me. Tony Fossis. You don't know me still? I'm going to do what I tell them. Look me up in the reference.
Okay. You did bullpens in Cincinnati?
I was the pitching coordinator.
Pitching coordinator, gotcha. Okay.
I was the pitching coordinator, so DJ gave me a call and said, can you do a bullpen? This is the reason why you're not going to remember. You want to laugh a little bit?
Sure.
I was behind the mound waiting for you. But then I saw you come in. A camera crew came in. Security came in.
That's not true.
And I went like, well, let me get my chair. And I put it over there. And I said, "Fuck, I ain't going to get blamed for anything here." You know? Oh, that was hilarious. That was great. That was great. Hey, man, I just want to tell you something. Believe it or not, we don't know each other, but I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you. You freaking going through some shit, and you getting buried. I mean, you know that.
Yeah.
Can I give you a recommendation?
Sure.
Don't talk about it so much. Because people have a tendency to think that you haven't changed. And just listening to some interviews, I know you've changed.
Yeah.
And there's one thing that I only teach is competitive. Go battle. I could almost call it every time you threw a horseshoe pitch, you repeated it.
Yeah.
So I knew it, you know?
Yeah.
So it's a pleasure, man. You keep going, keep fighting, never give up.
Thank you.
I made the big leagues when I was 30 years old. And I stayed till I was 42.
Wow.
You know, so
Pitcher, yeah.
yeah. It's people saying no and you saying yes. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
But that's just a little recommendation because I was in the meetings before I had cancer.
Yeah.
I was in a meeting with the ownership and all that kind of stuff. And people have a tendency to think that, especially in office people, especially nowadays,
Yeah.
that people don't change.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you repeat that, it kind of gives you a vibe. But then I listened to your interview and you definitely changed. Like when you were talking about going international, how you had to change with culture. You had a new, because with all my pitching coaches that I hired, they were so horseshit with the Latin players that I sent them all instructional league to Dominican for a week each.
Yeah.
And they came back culture shock. They came back like wanting to work with them all the time. So
Right.
it was
Where are you from originally?
born in Cuba.
In Cuba, okay.
I came in 1968, May 21st. Would always remember that date. And I grew up in Boston. Was drafted, didn't sign. Went to South Florida in Tampa. Drafted, didn't. Oh, my college coach was a Hall of Famer, and he said, "Tony, you're never going to graduate if you sign now." So I took his advice, and then my career began as a starting pitcher from 1979 to 1987. Into Ferguson Jenkins said to me, "Why are you not in the big leagues?" And it was a question that was never asked. And I started thinking, I kind of brought tears, and he goes, "You know that you're always 2-1, 3-1, 1-0, and you don't watch people, but you're always behind."
Yeah.
And then he said, "Why don't you throw it down the friggin' middle? And the ball's going to go anywhere for managed horseshit."
Yeah.
And I started crying because that's what Robert Roberts told me when I was another Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
When I was 18 years old.
Yeah.
My career changed. Well, it really changed because I was a teammate. Not a pitching coach, a teammate. I was, let's say, me and you are playing catch.
Yeah.
And in the old days, we threw from everywhere. Right? So I went like that, and he stopped me and said, "You always look the same. You got to make a change." So I'm warming up for that game. I had tears in my eyes when I finished my 8 warm-up tosses. And I went like that, make it look like nothing's going on in my life. And I said, "Okay, let me see." First hitter, Bobby Bonilla, Wally Joyner, and Jack Howell.
Tough one.
I threw 9 pitches. They were all balls, and they swung at it. And the GM from Angels was there, and he said, "I love the way you throw." And that even caused more conflict,
Yeah.
But anyway, I signed with them, and then everything went great. And then I got called up by Milwaukee in '89, never to look back.
It was great catching up with Tony and hearing more about his story and perspective on the game. BP is always great for conversation, so if you have things you want me to ask my teammates or any specific conversations you'd like me to cover, drop them in the comments.
For a team that's such like first pitch like ambush swingers, do you want to pitch to contact early, or like how do you work around that?
Just make sure you're varying the first pitch. Like if you throw all first pitch fastball strikes, like they're going to be more hittable. Set the glove middle, pick like 2 or 3 pitches that you can box for strikes consistently, and just like vary them. Because you want them to swing early, it's going to save your pitch count.
Exactly.
But if it's like different speeds, different pitch types, different shapes or whatever, then they're going to be off the barrel a lot. The only difference is like if you get guys on second and third with an out or 2 outs, like you may be able to throw like breaking ball out of zone first pitch to judge if they're just gonna be like super aggressive. You wouldn't want to throw something just middle and like let them first pitch you,
Yeah.
That's really only if you have a base open. Like in that situation, second and third, 1 out. The way you get out of that is you get a strikeout. You basically have 3 hitters to get 2 outs.
Exactly.
Right, and really you have 2 hitters to get 1 out, because then once you get, like if you have bases loaded 2 outs, like any out anywhere gets you out of it, right? So you're really kind of hunting for a strikeout there in one of the next 2 hitters. If you have an aggressive team, you can be like, okay, let me just bounce a breaking ball, let me throw 1 out of zone or try to pick off the corner here because they're going to swing. If you have a patient team, you're like, okay, I'm going to get ahead, make sure I'm 0-1 because that gives me the best chance of like punching this guy out.
Exactly.
So those are the kind of situations where you maybe deviate from the approach. But yeah, I mean, the numbers still play in your favor. Like, first pitches, like of the first pitches, you're going to give up between 4 and 8% hits, which means 9 out of 10 times in the first pitch,
you're going to get a positive result if you throw it in the zone. So just don't make sure you're not like only heater first pitch or only cutter first pitch or whatever.
It was a great game for the offense, and we won 11-3 to move to 11-9 on the year, which is really good bounce back from our last series.
It's going to be a very subpar, less than mediocre catch day. Got a little bit of a back spasm going on. Did my last set of RDLs yesterday, just like 225 in the weight room. Not even bad. I was just trying to like activate. I just went down. I was like, oh yeah, pull this. And I like lifted with my back first, spasm. So I did a bunch of core activation. Make sure to like tuck the pelvis, glute activation. So I was feeling pretty good today, but I definitely feel it moving around a little bit. So I want to move through the range of motion, get a little sweat going. My core is also still like super tight, like obliques, not hurt or anything, but just like I can feel it. So the increase in workload. So we're just gonna take it easy today. Nice little like lob catch, move the arm. My command's been pretty good, pitches have been pretty good, so I don't wanna do anything to disturb that. Just wanna get my body back in the right window. So that's the goal for today.
And with the back spasm, that would prove more difficult than I thought. I finished up my warm-up and it was time to throw.
Vlog, your boy's a mess right now. Fingernail issues. We got a blood blister underneath the fingernail running the entire length of it. We got a back spasm. I got to pitch in 3 days against the same team that I just pitched against. But I do have the 4-aught plyos, best plyos on the market. Half seams. If you like seams, we got them. If you don't like seams, we also got that for you. Durable, feel great. I'm going to help you be better. So I'm just going to throw these and then I'll just be good to go. So you can get yours at momentumbaseball.shop. So today is what I call a velocity ceiling day. And I'm setting a velocity ceiling on myself of like 70 miles an hour. So I will not throw a ball harder than 70 today. The only goal today is just to get the hips moving a little bit and the core moving a little bit, get some blood flow in there, open up the range of motion, because we have tight core and back spasm. Arm feels pretty good. I could throw harder, but I'm just gonna play some lob ball and try to feel the hips dissociating from the core.
You're feeling the front hip?
What?
That's the only thing.
Yeah, I mean, the idea is that when the front foot hits, it immediately just like shoots up into the hip to finish the hip rotation. So you don't want to like land and then bow and then block. You want to basically be attacking the block as if you're, as soon as you hit it, it's already extending. But you still got to get your upper body through it. So it's not like hit and come back. It's like hit, block, but let the body like go forward. So 2 things I'm thinking about today. 1, using my hips to rotate first. So I want to relax my upper body and just let the hips drive the throw. So the upper body does nothing and the hips rotate and then that just launches the upper body. So we're just working on the sequence of hip, shoulder, arm. The second thing I'm thinking about is making sure my fingers feel like they're directly behind the ball. So I'm not just like on the side of it, laying my arm down or kind of on the side like gyro-y. So hips first, and then back spinning the ball as much as I can. That's really all I'm gonna be able to work on today because I'm throwing at such low intent. But I just wanna make sure that I'm not getting into bad habits.
My back was not feeling great though, so it was hard for me to rotate my hips and core separately with my back so locked up. And with a tight core, that was definitely a bit worrisome for me. Crowley was searching for the feel on his kick change, and I gave him a couple pointers that have worked for me in the past to find the feel for a missing pitch again.
Yeah, on the kick change, it's like really easy to start thinking a lot about how it is in your hand, and that just makes it worse. So you can think about just grip it and then like throw from a different arm angle or whatever.
Just rip it, it has better shape.
Exactly.
Then when I try to slow down, then it like, I feel like it like gets caught almost.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why like some of those athletic throws will just get you out of the mindset of trying to manipulate and slow down and feel it and just like throwing it. And it doesn't matter where they go or what the spin is on those. It's just a matter of getting your body to be like, oh yeah, I can just throw this grip. And then when you go back to your normal and you just throw the grip, you usually will have the feel back for it.
I don't know.
See where your pointer finger? Okay. All right. Where's the thumb?
There.
So kind of like a circle-y.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Very similar to mine. Okay. See how it comes out.
Yeah. It's just been birdie.
Yeah.
I threw one last game. I mean, small sample size, but it's 13.
What do you normally like? When is
So it's a new pitch. I just started
Okay,
trying
okay.
to throw it a month before the season.
Okay.
And I was there to start, and that was just super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then I've been trying to go more like there, kind of when you showed me your grip, trying to get something more comfortable that can kill some vert on it.
Yeah. Okay.
I've tried kick change in the past, which would be good to start, and then as I threw it
Super
more,
inconsistent.
Yeah. With the movement at least.
Yeah. As is typical on that pitch.
Yeah.
What's your how would you rank your pitches, like best to worst, like most trusted to least trusted?
Most trusted probably cutter,
Okay.
curveball, forward, sink, and then split.
Okay.
You mean in zone or swing and miss?
Just like in a big situation, like you have to get in and out.
Cutter 100%.
Yeah.
And then swing and miss, probably curveball.
Okay.
You didn't lie on your paperwork. Good.
Yeah. Yeah, right?
Your best pitch.
Yeah.
And you said sink over 4 or 4 over sink?
I think swing and miss over sink, but I haven't had execution of it lately. I've kind of been yanking it, like when it's supposed to be up and pulling a little bit. But usually I'm big cutter, curveball, four seam up.
Yeah.
Well, you've been in
So
you've been in dead arm time.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So you trust your up and down movement more than your lateral. Okay.
As a starter, I've been throwing the sinker more to try to be a little more efficient, get
Yeah.
more outs. But if I'm out of the pen or trying to get a big, like if I need a punchy, it's gonna be four seams up,
Yeah.
gyros and curveballs.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Do you know the efficiency on your sinker?
I don't. We don't get those in the reports, do we?
You know the movement?
Good ones are like 10 and 15, but a lot of them have been 11 and 13, 11 and 14.
What's your 4 seam?
It's sporadic from 15 to 20.
Okay.
More 15, 18 range.
So you're probably you're probably a little bit gyro-y on the 2 seam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which it's hard to say now compared to the past because it was a little lower in the past.
Yeah.
I get a lot more movement on the sinker.
Yeah.
Not as much vert on the 4, but I live up in the
Right.
zone, so.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. It's a little different this year than the past.
You believe in shortening the stride on a sinker?
Try not to think about stride length at all, honestly. I just try to let it be what it's going to be. If I think about changing my delivery at all, I'm not thinking about the glove. So I've never really thought about, like the only thing I'll think about is like lowering my arm angle slightly.
Yeah.
Like if I'm trying to get a little bit more depth on a splitter, I might go from like here to like there.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm trying to think about like how far I'm stepping or whatever, I can't execute.
For me, I never thought about how far I was stepping. It was how the timing in which I ended up. I would drive, and then I just let it go. And
I've heard a lot of guys actually say that about changeups
everything,
too.
yeah, because you want to get that max steer. So you want to. I always thought deadening this at the
Yeah.
last second, kind of, so it doesn't get that fast.
So you can still have like
Giddy up.
max arm
That's what I
speed,
would
but
do
there's
with a
nothing
curveball.
there.
I would do the same thing when I wanted to really
Yeah.
make it get in front.
Yeah, I guess because like especially on the changeup, it's like you want to sell it with the arm speed.
Yeah.
So if you can go 100% arm speed, but there's just less there at the end, with like less in the hips or the legs. Yeah.
And that's kind of what I would do sometimes with a BP fastball in a way.
Yeah.
Just sell the arm speed, split the fingers,
Yeah.
and just not drive
Yeah.
at the end, like completely. But that's a really unique feel of what you're doing when you're doing things.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to understand.
Who else someone else used to do that. Salazar used to do that on his changeup. His like split change. He would try to like deaden his back hip. I think it was nasty.
So you try to tilt the axis on a split too, and kill spin?
Well, you're trying to get gyro on it. So you see how like a couple things to notice. Look at your pointer finger here.
Yeah.
And it slips off the ball. That's great. So the middle finger is the last thing touching it here. So the mechanism by which it's coming out of your hand is correct. If you look at when your hand is turning over, like you're leading kind of open palm right here. So your palm is like facing the plate, and we need to have that.
A little more supinated?
You're here, you got to be a little bit more supinated. So you got to try to drive like almost like curveball feel.
Okay.
And at the end of, instead of like wrapping the middle finger around the front of the ball on a curveball, you just at the end turn it over, but it's got to be late.
So it's here to there?
It's here and then this slips off the ball, so the ball rolls up here, and then you turn it over, and that's where you get the side spin.
Okay.
So it's like, it's got to be out in your fingertips too.
Okay.
Because if it's too deep, you're going to try to turn it over. This isn't going to slip, and you're going to end up behind it, and it's going to backspin.
Okay.
But if it's out in your fingertips, this can easily slip off the ball. So the ball kind of, like you attack it supinated, the ball kind of rolls up this way as the pointer finger slips, and then this is turning over, and that's what catches it and spins it like that. So the one adjustment here is, I would say, keep your same grip. Let's not mess with the grip yet. Get your comfortable grip. Attack it slightly more supinated and see where we end up.
It feels way easier to throw. It's not like stuck in my hand.
Yeah, that's the other thing I was gonna bring up. Like, unless you have crazy like Senga or Roki Sasaki type, like spread your fingers like this, like their fingers basically spread like these two, and like they can just stick a ball all the way in. For me, I can't. So like if I get the ball too deep in here, it can't come out.
Yeah.
And what you need on this pitch is you need it to come out so that it's only on the middle finger. And the middle finger is now gonna be on this bottom part of the ball, and that's gonna put gyro spin on it. You don't want the middle finger in the middle because that'll be 100%. So you gotta have it in the fingertips where it can just like easily slip out and the fingertips can manipulate it.
Got it.
So if you start like jamming it in there, like for me, the rule is like if I can keep this knuckle above, off the ball, or like on the ball, like nothing below this knuckle, I'm gonna be good.
Okay.
If I can get the feel for keeping everything below the second knuckle off the ball, it's gonna be great.
Got it.
So when I'm holding it, I'm kind of trying to like squeeze it between like the fingertip here and the fingertip there. And then I just place the other fingers around it to like, to secure it. My thumb plays really no role in it. It's all these fingers over here kind of pressing in against that tip of the pointer finger. And then the thumb's just on it, and I can throw it, and that way it can slip and my fingers can actually manipulate it.
Got it. Makes sense.
Two cautions on this pitch. One, your fingers.
Okay.
So like it's a new pitch for you, a couple months.
Yeah.
Don't spam too many of them.
Yeah.
Because you can get like stretching of the tendons in here, especially if you're like too deep. Also, if you throw too many of them, you can get some elbow instability, especially when you're trying to be like loose with it until you get the feel for it and how the muscles have to stabilize.
Got it.
So just be really careful on the, like, 'cause you're gonna be tempted tomorrow to go play catch and just like rip some of them, right? So just like limit yourself to intent-wise and volume-wise on them, and just better to do like 2 or 3 reps a day for 3 weeks and get the feel for it than do like those same 30 or 50 reps in a day and then destabilize something. So just be careful on that. But yeah, 2 cues are loose and hold supination. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it.
For sure.
Appreciate it.
Whenever I'm helping a teammate with pitch design, it's a 3-step process. First, understand their arsenal and how the pitch would fit in. This helps me understand exactly what movement we need, and that helps me understand how the ball needs to spin. Next, find the pitch they throw that's most similar so they're not learning a new pitch, they're adapting a current feel. And third, look at the video and make small little grip tweaks to get the movement just right. So if you're doing pitch design, hopefully that framework helps.
What about this one? Every time there's a pitching change, you can shuffle your order however you want. You can reset your batting order.
Wow. Like as the pitcher comes in?
Yeah. So we choose to make a strategic change in our pitcher. They choose to make a strategic change.
That'd actually be really cool. That would, yeah.
If there's guys on base, you obviously can't have them.
Yeah.
Right. So they have to go last. Like let's say it's bases loaded. Like the guy on first would now be the 9-hole hitter. The guy on second would be the 8. The guy on third would be the 7, but then you could shuffle the other 6.
That would be crazy. That would. It'd be like a real, like, a true, like, duel.
Yeah.
Like the best versus the best, and then like you're bringing someone in that whole match sets up.
Yeah.
Offense has like a clear advantage of that.
Yes, they do. Yeah, I agree. It would be a little too offensive advantage.
You couldn't play the matchups like lefty as well at that point. As a manager, bringing some in from the bullpen.
Yeah.
That'd be very interesting.
But I mean, both teams would have the same. We want more offense in the game, right? Like, offense is struggling right now for hits and whatever else. Like, both teams would have to deal with it, so it's not like you're giving one team an advantage over the other. It's also just like would help with starting pitchers going deeper into the game. Think about it, like if you have to put 6 relievers in a ball game, they get 6 lineup shuffles, which means their best hitter might come to the plate 7 or 8 times in a game.
Yeah.
But if the starter goes 7 or 8 innings, they get no lineup shuffles.
That is true. Then it highly values the starting pitcher role again. Not that it's been like super diminished,
but also like the relievers, it values guys that are more versatile to like be able to get
that's actually really true.
both side guys out.
Yeah, you can't just specialize and be like a one pitch pony.
Yeah.
A closer comes in the ninth.
Yeah, you get the highest. 3, 4, yeah. Exactly, you get the highest leverage stuff. It's like, okay, we want to put our best guy on the field. We can do that, but the offense can't put their best guy in the field. I mean, I guess the downsides are like your 9-hole hitter is going to get like way less at bats over the course of the season. But like that's what the fans want to see, right? Yeah. Like the fans would rather see Shohei Ohtani and Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman hit 6 times in a game and not watch whoever the guy that just called up from AAA for the game.
Yeah, it definitely makes it harder as a guy coming into the league because the less at bats, like trying to prove yourself still. But definitely from a game. Yeah, from a fan engagement, definitely skyrockets that. You would see some electric moments.
Yeah.
Or striking guys out or
the highlights
hitting the ball. Yeah.
It would also significantly change the game too in like the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning, because are you going to pinch run for a guy? Let's say you're down 1. Your 4-hole hitter in the 8th hits a double, 2 outs. He's slow. You pinch run for him so a guy can score on a single to tie the game. But if you don't pinch run for him, they might put their closer in, which means he might hit him again in the 9th. Changed a lot of strategy.
Unfortunately, the conversation was way more interesting than the game. We got blown out 10-0, making us 11-10 on the year, and it was somehow already time for my bullpen day. So I'm thinking about last night's game and all the fan support and these nets right here. You ever notice how every stadium these days has these nets stretching all the way down the first and third base lines? Used to be these nets only went up here, right behind home plate. That was it. Everywhere else you were on your own. And I like that because there's nothing better than tossing a ball up to a fan in the stands after an inning. Now these nets make that nearly impossible. It's harder to toss balls to fans. It's harder to like sign autographs. The view isn't as clean for the fans. But on the other hand, it is a whole lot safer. When a stadium knows people are getting hurt, they have the data, they know the speed of the ball, they know the geometry of the seats, and they don't take steps to make it safer, that's negligence, which is exactly why these nets exist. There's a reason the game looks different now, because protecting people became more important than keeping things the way they used to be. Just like there's a reason why Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. If you're injured because someone else was negligent, whether it's a stadium that didn't put up a net or a driver who wasn't paying attention or anything in between, you deserve to be paid. And if you're the family of someone who got hurt, you'd better believe the stadium has a team of lawyers ready to argue you out of every dollar that you deserve for that injury. But that's where Morgan & Morgan comes in, because they know a thing or two about fighting to get you the compensation that you deserve. And look, not all law firms are the same. Hire the wrong one and you might strike out before you even step in the box. Morgan & Morgan has been fighting for the people for over 35 years. They've recovered over $30 billion for their clients. That's even more than the Dodgers payroll is this year. And they have more than 1,000 lawyers in 100 offices nationwide. Hiring them is like hiring an army to go to battle for you. So if you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless you win. Oh, ow! For more information, you can go to forthepeople.com/Trevor, because at the end of the day, you wouldn't step into the batter's box without a helmet, so don't step into a legal fight without the right team behind you. We're going through it a little bit today. Allergy attack in the middle of the night last night. Woke up sneezing, nose running. Didn't sleep well, and body's feeling a little bit worn down. Right calf still remains a little bit of an issue for some reason. Not sure why. Back spasm. A little bit of an issue. So body's not feeling great today. We're gonna throw a pen, but we're gonna keep it really light, work on eyesight, and feel of the pitch out of my hand. Not really gonna care where it goes or how it moves. I say that now, I probably will care, but I'm gonna try not to care and just focus on the eyesight, because that's about all I'm gonna be able to get out of today. So I gotta get my body right, which means probably gonna do some contrast later, probably gonna get a little hip check from Taylor, make sure that my hips aren't rotated or out of alignment or something, because they don't feel great. They don't feel bad, like I could pitch, but would prefer to feel much better than this. As I started warming up though, my back was more of a problem than I thought. It was hard to move freely, and that was affecting my core as well. 2 things I'm worried about today. 1, overdoing it, which I'm not gonna do, but 2, this left hip little spasm, twist, whatever I got going on. Hopefully I don't re-aggravate that. Oh boy, there's the left oblique.
think I'm more worried about this left oblique now than I am the left hip. I have to monitor that thing. Definitely do not want to piss that off. It's definitely like on the stretching part where I go down and this way. It's like stretching a bit. All right.
So I rolled into my pen feeling pretty bad, and even though I wasn't throwing hard, I wanted to clear my head and just compete mentally. So I ran through some hitters and tried to execute with what I had. My core loosened up, but my hips and back spasm were still messed up and I felt all out of alignment. Overall, not a spectacular pen by any means, but it was a productive and competitive pen mentally, so at least I got something out of it.
It's about doing less with the arm to get on time, I think, than it is anything else.
Would it be more like just focus on like your body itself?
Relax this. Relax these, keep these in just like a neutral position. Like this is kind of like relaxed for me, right? From here, I could start like this and I can just go, I can do nothing with my upper body, but as long as my lower body does well, from here, I can just go and I can throw.
Try to use the lower body the whole time. Like, if anything, more tension lower body. Than
Yes, relax here, tension lower body till the front foot hits. As soon as the front foot hits, that's when you block the front leg, that rotates the hips, and then you step on the gas of the upper body. Wham! But we all try to do it too early. We're like, I'm gonna throw hard, I'm gonna do this shit with my upper body. Ugh. And you start this like rotation before your front foot hits on the ground, and you're all out of sequence and all fucked up. Just relax, let the front foot get down, and from here, produce power. Because if you're gonna go punch something, or if you're gonna go do like a press in the weight room, the first thing you would do, like, you know those jammer arms, have you ever seen those? Yeah. First thing you do is you'd lock in like this, you'd kind of get your right position, you'd like set in the ground, right? And from here you'd go, you'd use the legs to like create energy and press. If you're gonna go punch one of those like, you know, punching like the way that shows the number,
yeah.
You'd walk up to it, you'd kind of like get your range and you'd go, you'd load up in your legs and you'd fire. In none of those positions are both feet off the ground. You have to have both feet locked into the ground to produce power. So trying to do anything too early with the upper body before the front foot hits is just wasted. The whole purpose of the upper body is just to hang out in a neutral position, relaxed until the front foot hits. That way the hips can rotate. If the upper body is relaxed, the hips rotate, the upper body goes, oh shit, it tightens up. Then you get that elastic stretch. So you go relaxed, hips rotate, upper body goes, oh shit, tightens up, it's tense, and then you wham, and then you have all your power.
What do you think is a good drill with the plyos to like work on that with?
So one of the ones I really like is you start, like if the wall's here, start with your right foot pointed, and you're just gonna relax your upper body, kind of set the arm in like some position like this, just some natural position. You just stride forward. Don't let your back foot like open up. So you just like stride forward, turn the upper body back, but don't let the hips open up. So you're just relaxing. And as soon as the front foot hits, you use this like front hip stomping action. You carry upper body with you. Bam, you stop with the front leg. So that's the action of the lower body, just to stop your forward momentum. Bam. Now on the upper body, you're just gonna relax and you're combine the forward motion with a little bit of rotation of the upper body. So now when I get to that position, I rotate the upper body, I stomp the front foot, and you see my upper body jolt forward?
Right.
I didn't do anything, that's how it happens. Right. So if that's gonna help you like relax on the upper body and get the right feeling of the front leg driving the hips open and launching the throw. That's what you wanna feel, is the hips launch the throw. So it's relaxed, stride forward, this lands, and then that unloads everything. So you have to figure out the combination of like tension here, relaxed up here. And then once the lower half produces everything, it stops. Now it's tension up here and effort up there. But it's usually effort from like here forward, not like that. We all want to get our velo like back here, but it's like relaxed back there until here, and then it's velo forward.
Because I feel like, at least in catch, but I've been having like trouble with that. Where like, I feel like I figured out a couple of things with like tension here, a little bit relaxed up here, but it's very inconsistent still.
Yeah. So if nothing really matters until the front foot hits the ground and your upper body is supposed to be in a relaxed, neutral position, then like all the stuff we do over the rubber, we're like, okay, load this, like let me feel whatever. You lift up, you try to feel that, it's all too early. So I was talking to Buddy about this earlier, a couple days ago. It's like, Relax your upper body, look at the target, just pick your leg up and set it down in like the most natural way possible. And then step on the gas once the foot gets on the ground. The majority of pitchers get fucked up because we try to do a lot of shit with our one foot in the air. We try to like load too early. We try to like put the glove side here, reach up there. We're trying to think about the hand. We're like, whatever it is. And none of that matters. All that matters, if you look at like the guys that pitch for a long time, like look at Clemens, Johnson, Pedro, like Kershaw, trying to think of other ones recently, like Verlander, Scherzer, like do any of them have this like big coil and like Randy Johnson was literally just like, bam, 100. Like Kershaw is like this. There's no like nothing. There's just this natural movement of dropping into like a squat-like position. Like in the weight room, you would do this and you would do a lunge. That's like your two strongest motions, right? So it's just a matter of like squat, lunge, block the front leg. Anything other than that is just taking you away from what you want to be doing. Because in order for your hips to get rotated and your block leg to land and block and your hips to rotate, like you have to get your hips open.
Right.
Not all the way, but you got to get them open. So if you're gonna feel this, you're taking your hips away from open. You're taking your upper body away from open. So if you go here, as soon as I lift my front leg off the ground, what's gonna happen? My hip's gonna start rotating, right? And what's gonna go with it? My upper body, right? So I'm here, I just lift my front leg. See that? I didn't try to do anything, it's just unwinding that tension. But that's not what we want. We want the hips to unwind that way, but we want the upper body to be relaxed and not rotating with the hips. We're trying to get shoulder hip separation. So to your point about like in catch play, I've kind of felt some stuff. What you'd like to feel in catch play is nothing really on the lower half. Just relax the upper body and just do something natural with the lower body. Very simple. Just pick the leg up, set it down. Because if you can get just up, slight hip rotation like this to set it down, you can now create a lot of power from there. But if you're trying to like do a bunch of stuff here, from this position, like I'm trying to open, but I extend early. Now everything else goes with it. Now I'm late, I'm diving forward. I'm trying to hold my glove side up here. Like all that shit happens.
Right.
If you just think about keeping your head kind of like over your back hip and just like going down, like your body's just naturally gonna function into this position. And I didn't really do anything there. Just like head over back hip, just go down. I just end up in this position, and from there, as long as my upper body is loose, I can then just fire everything forward. Okay. So simpler is always going to be better for you. If you're trying to feel something, do like an athletic movement. One of the ones, if you're trying to feel your glute, I would like take a step backwards and lift your leg and throw, because it puts you a little bit moving back this way, so it's going to rock that energy to your glute. If you're getting stuck and your glute counter rotated, I'd do the opposite, like step forward, because that's going to rock you a little bit more towards your toe. But mainly it's just like, if you can do a hop back and throw. Something where your body's having to absorb and redirect energy, it's gonna function naturally and you're gonna get the right quad, glute, medius, hand, all the right activation. Because if you go play shortstop and you have to make a throw in 3.5 seconds to get a guy at first, and you watch how your body moves, the hips will go first, the block leg will block, you will have shoulder hip separation, your arm will be tight, and then we get over here and we have way too much time, and then it just gets all out of whack. So if you're feeling uncomfortable, move more athletically. Get rid of the time that you have where your body's just having to like go, and it'll just naturally function, right? Your hips will open, everything. And then when you get on the mound, instead of like now trying to feel something, just like get up on the mound and it's like, okay, there's my target. Like, okay, just go. Because the more you can stay in motion, the more athletic you're gonna feel. And then the more we get like, yeah, I'm gonna come set, I'm gonna tap my foot a bunch of times, let me feel my glute. Okay, I wanna get there. Make sure and get my, make sure the glove side gets up, and like, then you just get all.
So much tension up here that it just creates.
It blocks your athleticism.
Yeah.
So that'll be my recommendation. I know I talked a lot, but to simplify it, it's like move athletically out there, think less. The lower body is very simple. Just pick the leg up, go down, and then set it down. Relax the upper body. Get your velo late. That's like the main thing.
People try to get from back here when it's like, all right.
Yeah.
That's too tight there.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate that.
Got you.
Thank you.
If you take care of your body and you go do like a bunch of different types of throwing. Like if you're throwing a football, if you're throwing a softball, if you're playing infield, you're playing outfield, yeah, everyone would move way better on the mound. And you see this all the time. Take a shortstop that can't hit, put him on the mound, 99.
Right. Super easy to.
A year later, they've taught him how to be a pitcher, and he's 91 with control problems. And it's like, what the fuck is, like, I talked to Kenley Jansen about this in LA. He's like, hey, I want a long toss with you in spring training in 2021. He's like, my velo's down, like, I want a long toss, like, show me what to do. Like, okay. So we long tossed for like a week, and then we finally were talking, and I was like, dude, when you were a catcher and you came to the mound, you threw 99 cutters, like, what were you doing? He's like, dude, I didn't know anything about pitching back then. Like, all I did as a catcher was just throw to bases and like long toss. It's like, so, oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So then like the rest of that year, the first 2 or 3 months of that season, his entire throwing program, he was either long tossing or he was like fielding third base, playing infield, doing stuff.
Just being athletic.
Yeah. And then it was like 96, 97 Kenley again for the rest of that. It was his free agent year, and he like signed for a whole bunch of money or whatever. I'm sure he like when he went to Boston or whatever, I'm sure he like changed, but that's it. It's just like you have it. Like, what's your top velo ever?
93.
Okay. Yeah. Top, like, have you done like pull down velo?
96, 9.
Okay. So like you have that. But like if I told you to throw as hard as possible, you wouldn't get on the mound. You'd do some like shuffle throw or whatever, right? You just move more athletically.
Yeah.
So here's
That happened to me too. Like,
yeah.
Running gun, I throw 104.
Yeah.
With 5 ounces.
Yeah.
But in the mound, I can like, I haven't moved right in the right way like that fast when I do that.
Yeah. And I'm the same way. I'll throw like 103 or whatever on pull down, but obviously we can't like get that much speed.
Right.
But the point is more movement, more athleticism equals higher velo. So the more athletic you can feel here, the higher velo is going to be. And when you move athletically, you have zero thought. Right. Like at no point when a shortstop's fielding a ground ball here and trying to get a guy out, are they thinking about how their hip's going to rotate?
No, you can't.
They're like trying to find the ball. They're like, oh shit, now I got to like just let it eat. And you watch those throws and it's just like so clean and so perfect. When Elly De La Cruz is like fielding the ball backhand and trying to get a guy at first and throws it 105, he didn't think for a second about how his body was moving.
Like extend your body leg, hold your glove.
But you look at what he does, and he does all the things.
Exactly.
He's in his back leg, his glove's right there, it's a good arm spiral, right? But all he was thinking about is, I got to make this play, I got to field the ball, I got to throw it hard to beat the guy at first. Right. So your two main driving factors are increase your intent, so try to throw it harder and have less time to do it. And if all of your training program is less time, throw harder, your body will move naturally. Obviously, we can't do it every day because you wear down or whatever, but less time, more intent, cleaner mechanics.
I headed to the clubhouse, got some food, and made my way to the concourse to sign for the fans. It was Trevor Bauer poster giveaway day, and there were thousands of fans lined up to meet me and get their posters signed. I always enjoy these types of events, especially when I get to meet young pitchers and offer some advice.
Any tips for a 13-year-old lefty pitcher?
Hey, lefty. Yeah, I'm jealous of your lefty. I wish I was. Yeah, just lefties usually don't get to move very athletically because like you don't play shortstop or whatever because you're lefty. So I would say the more you can play infield and like throw around the infield and be athletic like that, the better you're going to develop. So even if it's like playing second base and throwing to third, as if you were a shortstop, like it's going to help. It's going to help your development. All right. All right, guys.
To everyone who came out, thank you. It was great to meet you, and I really appreciate the support.
What would you try to throw Bonds if you faced him?
I feel like Bonds is very similar to Soto in terms of like, not swing or anything, but just can and will hit anything in zone to all parts of the field.
Yeah.
So there's not really like a hole that you can just exploit there. So really it's about tunneling and bouncing between different speeds and stuff just to make the at-bat uncomfortable. I do think of any of the things that I've seen, splitters kind of like running away from him would be effective. I also think that these changeups that guys throw now that have like, 0 and 18 or something, like a Devin Williams changeup that has down arm side would like beat his swing plane.
Makes sense.
In a lot of ways. Because when I think about Bonds, like it's like short and it's like super compact but open. So he's like here and he's like and pulling. I just feel like doing this and a changeup that actually had teeth going the other way He was super close to the plate, so there was no room for big sweep, back foot.
You ever seen that AB with him and Gagne?
You know the story behind it?
Didn't he tell him he was going to give him a heater or something? Or was it one off speed or something?
Oh, yeah, it's my favorite at bat. Yeah, the year before was Gagne won the Cy Young and Bonds won the MVP the year before. And they're at the All-Star game together, and LA and San Francisco, and they're like, talking shit to each other and just peacocking, whatever. Gagne's like, yeah, when I face you, like, I'll limit myself. If it's a situation where you can't like tie or win the game, he's like, I'll limit myself to one off-speed pitch, and it won't be my changeup.
Oh wow. Okay.
So it basically limited him to like heater and curveball.
Yeah.
So you watch it bat, you watch Bonds, it's on YouTube, you watch Bonds walk up, and right at the end, before they cut away, you see him look out to the mound and kind of nod.
Yeah.
So like, it's on.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's heater up and in, 0-2, I think, or 1-2. Gagne lands a perfect backdoor curveball, just bah! And the umpire fucking balls him, dude. Yeah. Strike on anyone else in the league.
Yes.
So then Bonds knows it's all heaters from there. It's just like heater up and in, 99, 100, 100. Bonds pulls one, just nukes it foul. And then the next one, like, up and in, and Bond just peers it to center.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great idea.
And then the funny part is, like, Jeff Kent, who was, like, hitting 350 or whatever behind Bonds, came up next, and Gagne was like, change up, game over.
That's awesome.
We took the W 6-4, and I capped off a great night signing for some fans that weren't able to make it before the game.
That's way too close. Way too close. Main goal today is to get my core loosened up. Still have a little bit of this back spasm thing that we're dealing with. A little bit of right rib, left rib. Just general, like, core is not fully recovered yet, so gonna have to get that loosened up. Gotta get the nervous system firing too, because I've been taking it like very easy the last couple days, not really doing a whole lot trying to recover, but I don't want to roll into tomorrow having not like gotten turned, I guess the nervous system turned back on. So got to do some quick stuff today. Not gonna throw too hard, but I definitely want to move athletically. Hips are slightly out of alignment. I can feel it. We're a little beat up, but it's okay. We'll get it solved. Get it figured out. Here we go. Am I a power pitcher then?
I feel like you can be. Like, depending on what you throw, yes.
Yeah, but like if you have big breaking stuff, are you trying to fool guys, or are you just like have a better pitch than them?
I think you're a power pitcher, right? I would say so.
I mean, I think from like a swing and miss perspective, I think like my approach as power pitcher is just like ram it down the middle and like beat you with it. But I don't throw particularly hard, and I throw a lot of random bullshit. To me, like, power pitcher is someone that throws hard and strikes a lot of guys out. Like, their main goal is to generate strikeouts. I don't know, what do you think, vlog? What is the definition of a power pitcher? Drop that in the comments. We don't know.
My back and core were just not loosening up, so I really wasn't able to get much out of my catch game today, which was definitely worrisome going into my start tomorrow. Facing a team for the second time in 5 days is always a dangerous game, especially when you're compromised for the second game. They have a better plan against you, and your stuff isn't as good. Not a good combo. Anyway, it was back to the bullpen to help Harrison with some pitch design on the sweeper we've been working on.
Nice. It's just that pitch is just going to be for you, like, you just, it's how far can you drive your hand out in front?
Yeah.
So you're almost gonna have to like, if you step on it early and you're like trying to rip it, it's gonna go here and it's gonna do that. So it's like you have to relax like longer, and then it's at the end, if it's in the fingertips will snap through on their own, and that's what'll create the tight spin.
And I was talking to Francis just about it too, and like being able to be on the first base side allows me to keep both of my eyes on the target instead of being like right here, and then also you get here, and this eye and you kind of find it quick.
Yeah.
Whereas being right here, it's like, okay, I can see the plate the whole time without trying to like get my neck to turn. So
yeah.
And then plus, he had me change my change-up grips from this to my sinker grip is here, so just to move that off of it.
Yeah.
So I want to throw it off it now before I'm in a game.
I think unless you're like an extreme sidearm guy, like a Chris Sale type, I think always being on the like opposite side. Like if you're a righty being on the first base side, if you're a lefty being on the third base side, just gives you a little bit more room to like be able to execute your mechanics.
Yeah, a lot of big sinker ballers always were first base side.
Yeah.
And talking to Francis, I was like, I was always told, oh, as a sinker baller, you want to be on the third base side because as a batter, it makes it more blah, blah, blah. But the more I think about it, the more I'm like, that doesn't really make as much sense as being able to grip it straight and let it just take off.
So if your miss is usually arm, I assume you usually miss arm side, right? So if you're all the way over here, you're giving yourself tiny margins. And in order to get that ball to start a foot off the outside and work back to down and away, you're having to cross like 3 to 4 feet, like to do that. It's hard. But if you're a sweeper guy and your miss is always like way over there, like I always miss glove side with my sweeper. I'd probably be better off being over on the third base for my sweeper because I have just a ton of more area over there. That's still going to be like look like a strike out of the hand, right? So he's just like, he's so rotational that when he tries to get it slightly early, it just, he's got to think of like just doing nothing and then just trying to like reach his hand as far to like, almost like placing the ball like in the catcher's glove. That one specifically.
Change it?
Yeah, it's like you're such a rotational guy that if you get a little bit early in rotation, it just, everything goes this way and everything just, it's either this or you have to pull it across and it just yanks down. So you're gonna have to think of like Bobby was saying, take your knuckle out, get your hand out to the glove, whatever. The cue I've used is look at the glove and like literally try to like reach out and place the ball like in the catcher's glove, like just handing it to him. But if you try to get any sort of velo early or any sort of like rotation early, that's what happens. Yeah. So you got to just like fight to just like relax and get it like as late as possible, like out here. Because if you go here, it's, especially on the changeup with a new grip, like that's why those were over there, yeah. Just deploying the arm a little bit too early.
Kind of like we were talking about trying to work more this way.
Yeah, you're gonna get the rotational because you're already that way. You have to think in your head like, I'm just purely linear, like trying to like reach out there. And it's not extension like this, right? You're never gonna do that. But it's just if you're like, if you go here and you're like, yeah, throw it, like that's gonna happen. If you think, okay, from here, linear, like you can actually get the hand out there where the movement's gonna, it's like the ones you threw, the sinkers you threw over there were kind of just like down. Yeah. They didn't have like a sharp, like, the ones you threw over there were like sharp, right? And that's just a matter of like, you stopped yourself here and it was sharp that way. And as soon as you come this way, your way of doing it is pulling it down and it changes things. Instead of just like continuing to rotate and like reaching out where you can still get the fingertips manipulating it here, or you can get the fingertips manipulating it there. Go back into your position there, right? Just rotate, keep rotating, just keep rotating. You normally deploy right here and the hand comes like this, right?
Yeah.
Instead of that, rotate slightly more, now deploy. See how the hand's traveling more in like a linear position right there, but you can still have your hand kind of on the outside. Mm-hmm. So you can still get that sinker spin that you're looking for, but it's just this extra little bit of shoulder rotation. Now your hand is able to get that last little linearness to it. So when I was first learning the sinker, trying to get it to like be sharp and backdoor, my whole cue was just rotate the right shoulder as far as I possibly could before I deployed my arm.
Interesting, okay.
So I was literally here, like I thought my arm's just gonna stay here and not do anything. And I was just trying to like rotate my shoulders as much as possible and then my arm would just follow. But it's late. Yeah. It's like, if you try to like rotate early, that's when you go this way, right? So it's like, get the foot down, rotate, keep rotating and then deploy. Okay. It's like that last little, just to get the hand out front.
Yeah.
Because your tendency is just to,
over-rotate.
If you just, and it flies here, you gotta get that last little bit of like, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Jeff.
Yep. Changeup looked good though. Movement was sick.
BP was almost over, and I hadn't had a chance to move athletically yet. By this time though, my body had cooled down and everything felt tight again. I thought I'd do some power shagging, but this is all I could muster.
The weather app said rain coming today? What? Oh, that's me. Oh wait. Just going for the worst possible shagging form ever.
And that was it for BP. I sat in the hot tub in the clubhouse for a bit to try and loosen up. I had Taylor check my hips for alignment and try to help my back, and it was time for the game.
What percentage of big leaguers that you played with or seen in the league that are in the big leagues because of just like raw skill set, like they're just super talented, versus like kind of like will to win, like figuring things out and kind of like grinding their way?
Maybe 20%. Guys that just kind of like grind it and find a way. And you probably have like 50% that are there on raw talent. Threw them at a wall, they happen to perform better at the right times and they get called up and they stick. When you watch the guys that do well in the big leagues, a lot of times they just have no idea what they're doing. Very, very few guys that actually like can explain to you exactly what makes them good. Like probably like less than 5%. They all have their thing, like, oh yeah, it's like, you know, my hip load, like I really like load my hips. It's like,
yeah.
All right, like that's not it, you know. But I think it's because it's so hard to separate analytical training mindset from competition performance mindset. One's an art, one's a science. So the guys that are really good at the analytical training never figure out how to shut that off, and that's the opposite of what you need for max performance. So the guys that make it have max performance are optimized for that. And teams don't care if they're there for the long haul or not. They call them up for the moment. Some of them happen to stick, and then those guys stick around and like have no idea really what they're doing. They know how to play the game. They're like super good on the intuitive side. Like if you ask him like, what's this guy gonna throw you? He's gonna throw me X, Y, Z. He has no idea what the numbers say. He can just feel it. They didn't get there by like studying and like perfecting and like all that stuff. It's like they were talented and they just went and played the game. They happened to have a hitting coach or a pitching coach that could tell them the right cue, or they interpreted it the right way, and like they stuck. Like there's so few guys anymore that aren't just like the best athlete. Pitching's a little bit different. Even you look at the pitchers that make it now, like they all have some like pretty elite athletic characteristics. The majority of them, I mean, outside of that, like 10-20%. It's like the superstars also like figure it out. Like Ohtani really tries, and he's really gifted. You can't really like compete with that, you know? Skeens tries.
We dropped the 5th game of the series 8-6, which meant my game was critical to win the series. But before we get to that, it was time for something a bit different. So Kevin and I are off to do something that actually all of you watching this are probably more accustomed to doing than I am. We are going to a baseball game at Yankee Stadium. I've never actually been to a baseball game at Yankee Stadium outside of playing there. Don't really have much experience being a fan, so we're gonna go check this out, see what it's about. It's definitely different getting into Yankee Stadium this way. Cool vibes outside, seeing all the people excited for baseball and all the energy in the fan base, something we don't get to see as players.
I know that guy right there.
What's up? There are people screaming at me. I haven't even made it in the stadium yet. What's up? What?
How do you throw the death ball?
That's what you're gonna ask me? The first thing you say? We're in the same line though. You're walking backwards in line. Alright, I got you.
Come on.
I appreciate you.
Yo, I actually fucking love you.
Okay, alright. Death ball though.
Wait, what happened?
It's a curveball and you just throw it with your hands straight.
I was trying it last time at practice and it just wasn't working. It actually wasn't moving.
Alright. That's the whole point of the death ball. Okay. It doesn't move very much. It's like a shorter curveball. It's not supposed to move much. You're curling your back toes to throw a kick change.
Yeah, because then I just don't push.
What is going through your head?
No, come on, it's tough.
Curling your back toes.
Bro, it's actually tough.
That couldn't be further away from the ball.
Why?
It's your toes.
Oh my god. Yeah,
You're gonna be on the vlog talking about curling your back toes on a kick change.
Okay, fine.
All right.
I curl it and it actually works better. I'm telling you.
Well,
it's actually everyone. It's the method.
Apparently that's a tip. Curl your back toes on a kick change if you want to be better. After taking pictures with a bunch of fans, we made it into the stadium. First stop was the team store. My audio cut out, but Kev collects hats from every stadium he's been to, so he had to get a Yankee hat, and I needed a Garrett Cole jersey to wear to show support, so I grabbed one of those. $550 for a jersey is wild, but I guess that's what you pay when it's got the Yankee brand on it. I stopped to take pictures with more fans before Kev and I headed for the museum. We wanted to see Monument Park, since I've actually never been there, but it was closed by the time we got there, so the museum was all we could could see. One of the coolest things about the Yankees is the immense amount of history they come with. They've been a staple of New York sports and culture for a century, and it was really interesting seeing that on display. Also, not many orgs have enough World Series trophies to display how it's changed over the years, but the Yankees do. Fun fact, I had no idea the trophy had gotten less intricate and more boring over the years. My opinion might be a hot take. If you disagree, let me know what you think in the comments. Kev left his mark, of course, and it was time to head to our seats. On the way, we passed these huge banners. First time I've seen them, and they're really cool. Not just seeing all the old school legends, but the whole place feels grand. It's got a very old school, nostalgic, cathedral-esque vibe to it without feeling old or outdated. I spent some more time hanging out with the fans and taking pictures and shooting the breeze, and finally made it to our seats.
So these are our seats for the game. Kev got his tickets directly behind the plate, which is pretty cool. And you can either get food by going on the concourse, standing in line, or you can Uber Eats food to your seat here, I guess, which is pretty cool. Is that right, Kev? You just Uber Eats it?
You're supposed to be able to, but I'm having a little bit of trouble finding out how to get it delivered to us, so.
Technology, we'll figure it out, I guess. I'm trying to get a hot dog, or Kev's getting a hot dog. I'm getting an Italian sausage. See what that's all about. Apparently the Uber Eats is not working tonight, so now we're on a hunt for concourse food. So we'll get a sense of what's available and how good it is.
So we stood in line for half an hour, which normally would be a drag, but this time it was cool. I got to talk to so many fans, stadium workers, security, etc., and everyone was so welcoming and kind. I had a blast taking pictures and hanging out, and honestly, not a single negative thing I can think of about the entire experience.
Okay, so I got chicken tenders and fries. We didn't look all over the ballpark for food, but pretty traditional ballpark food. Chicken tenders, fries, hot dogs, some sodas. Kev got this
Grub Tub combo. It's the chicken fingers and fries with a soda.
What else?
Foot-long hot dog.
Food-wise, before taking a bite, optionality, maybe like 5 out of 10. Like average ballpark food, you know? I've been to some ballparks that have like high-end quality stuff. Now, to be fair, I didn't look all over the ballpark. I'm sure there's better stuff around, but let's dive in, see how it tastes at least. I wish. Send the contract. I appreciate it. Yeah, they know what's up. They want me on the other side of the fence. Anyway, chicken tender. It's a good chicken tender. Not great, not bad. Average. 5 out of 10, I'd say. That is me, yes. Same.
Yankees need to sign you.
I wish the Yankees would sign me. It'd be great. Like, this is a cool view, but it would be better from the other side. What's that?
Yeah, every Yankee fan feels the same way.
Yeah, every Yankee fan does feel that way. If the Yankees signed me, I would pitch well for you guys, all right? I'm not going to betray you. I'm not going to get signed and then just get lit up. You know what I mean? I've never closed before. I can do it. I'd be an opener if you want. I'd be a closer. I'd pitch the 5th inning. Doesn't matter to me.
They need to get you back out there.
Yeah, I wish. It'd be cool if they did. Maybe one day. The problem is all the fans love me, and then like the top end, like they just won't let it happen.
We figured as much. Wow. Figured as much.
Play is under review. One, hell of a catch, but that ball just dribbles out in his glove. They originally called him safe. No, they originally called him out. I think they're going to overturn it and make him safe. See how the crowd reacts there.
We had a really cool group of fans to hang out with for the game. The couple to my right were Blue Jays fans, so there was some good-natured back and forth as the game unfolded, and in between every inning, fans would come down and get stuff signed, which was really cool. Everyone was super respectful, and it made for a fun night and a fun experience for everyone.
Honestly, they're doing a pretty good job of like in-game entertainment. That was a pretty sick entrance, even for the opposing pitcher. Yankees got a bit of a rally going on right now, but pretty good like in between pitch, in between inning, like popular music. We definitely need more of that in baseball. Hype music, pop music, etc. to make it like cool to be at a baseball game. Well, Yankees win 7-6, entertaining ninth. Fun game. Good experience overall. I like Yankee Stadium as a fan. All the fans here were really cool. Thanks to everyone who came up and said hi. Always good seeing you guys. Kev, what do you think? What would you rate Yankee Stadium? You've been in now 15 ballparks. Way more than I have. How would you rate it out of 10?
Out of 10? Probably a solid 7 or 8. I felt like the experience was fun. Lights are going down. You see YMCA playing, so. Yeah,
the YMCA was pretty cool with the grounds crew dancing around and like getting into it. That was pretty neat.
For a second there, I was going to start Trevor Bauer chant if Bednar couldn't get the out.
What's your favorite stadium? How does this rank? Like, is this second, first? Where would you put it?
Yeah, maybe I'd have to really look at the stadiums I've been to, but I would say just off the top of my head, maybe top 5.
Top 5?
Yeah, just because again, it's like Yankee Stadium is like when you have the Yankees brand itself, it's the experience, the aura, you could say, of like being in Yankee Stadium was awesome. So yeah, but I'd say maybe probably top 5 just off the top of my head.
I think that's fair. It was a fun night. I've only been to like 6 stadiums as a fan, so, and a lot of them were like 20 years ago as a kid, so I can't really opine on it. But anyway, fun little trip to Yankee Stadium. It is a beautiful day for baseball. It's like 84 degrees. It's sunny, no wind, no clouds in the sky. Finally. A little bit of humidity in the air. Today's flavor, we have Sinister Raz. Going with the Sinister Raz El Jefe. So that's going to give me some energy. It's going to help me dominate. Oh boy, must have gotten shaken up a little bit. So here's what I'm thinking for today. Last game, struck out 15 against these Sin guys. They're going to have their scouting report. I finished them with a lot of breaking balls, a lot of big breaking balls. So they're going to be looking for those. I'm going to go into the game with the same approach and establish a fastball early. Some of the short breaking balls early. As soon as I get the 2 strikes, go kind of the bigger breaking balls. But if they start hitting that or putting it in play or fouling it off, I'm going to have to be conscious of adjustments that they make. So the way that they're going to make those adjustments is they're going to not want to chase breaking balls with 2 strikes. So they're going to slow down a little bit. And they're also probably going to be a little bit slower early on, looking for those bigger breaking balls, trying to foul them off or put them in play. So if I start seeing those things, I'm going to have to adjust and start throwing a little bit more heater late. So I might go breaking balls early, heaters late, and flip that approach. I also didn't throw very many splitters last game, so I do think that's an adjustment that I could make because they haven't seen that pitch. So I could come out and throw, a lot of splitters early on. So if it's good in the pen, if it's moving and I feel good with it in the mound, I probably will throw quite a few of those early on. I also think that dropping down some, I didn't drop down very much at all in the last game. And I do think that doing that early, some timing disruptions early and dropping down early will be good. Just put it on their minds like, oh, he's got something else for us today. So those are my thoughts. I don't want to do anything different until they force me to do something different. But when they do force me to do something different, I want to know that this is my backup plan. This is my adjustment right away. So as soon as I recognize it on the mound, I already know what it is I'm going to go to, instead of having to try to figure it out there, losing a couple hitters, maybe giving up a couple runs because I was slow to adjust. So I did ask Justin Wiley, their 3-hole hitter. I faced him in live ABs this offseason, so I know him pretty well. He knows me pretty well. I did ask him, he was on first base the other day, I asked him what he wanted to get out on today, what he wanted to strike out on. And he said fastball, so I'm going to have to be a man of my word. Now, that doesn't mean the first at bat I'm going to strike him out on fastball, but I do want to get him strike out on a fastball today. So I got 4-seam, 2-seam, sidearm as well. So we'll see what I can sequence. That's the goal today. Strike out Wiley on a fastball. Just to be a man of my word. I don't like lying, We are currently 3-2 in this series, so a loss today would make us 3-3. A win would be 4-2, and we need the win. So it's going to be a challenge facing a team for the second time, second start in a row, 5 days apart. But we'll get it done. We'll find a way. Body has recovered okay. Still not like fully recovered. I still have some like right rib tenderness in the front, which I still don't even know what that's from. A little bit of left oblique still. We'll see how it is when I'm throwing. Right forearm as well. I have a little bit of like shin splinty feeling kind of here on the bone that I need to get loosened up. Just kind of gravelly, so I need to get that scraped, but I didn't want to do it the last couple days because then there'd be too much inflammation in the forearm for start day. So we'll get through today and get that thing scraped. And then, this humidity and the heat is actually huge for me because my body will feel loose instead of being like cold in between innings. It'll be trying to get my heart rate down, and I'll have some more blood flow and should be able to get through a little bit of the soreness, no problem. Won't have problems with muscles tightening up. So everything is kind of coming together. Well, should be a good day. Just going to try to be El Jefe, fuel for the fearless, be fearless on the mound and dominate. That's the goal. Let's get to it.
Unfortunately, the game did not start off well due to a combination of physical and mental struggles on my end. My nervous system was fried. My command was off, and when I needed my mental focus to come through, it let me down. I hit a righty with a splitter, gave up a hit on an 0-2 death ball, and gave up a 3-run homer on a 1-2 sweeper, which was the 4th breaking ball in a row.
The 1-2 to Wiley. Curveball lifted in the air to center and hit well, and you can forget it.
Left it in zone. Yep, I just hung it.
If I was trying to give up a homer, that's the sequence I would throw, and I have no idea why I did that. Just a complete malfunction mentally. I got through the second okay, but by the third, I still hadn't made an adjustment to what they were doing. I gave up 2 more runs on off-speed pitches. After the third inning, I'd given up 6 hits, all on off-speed pitches, and I finally made the adjustment. But it was super frustrating for me because I had properly identified their approach before the game, and despite that, I was so slow to make a mental adjustment. My command was awful, and on a day I needed the mental side to get me through, it was off too. I managed to get through 5 innings on 90 pitches, but in the 6th, my body failed me. My back spasm had come back, and that was putting my core in bad position, so my oblique was having to compensate. And after giving up 2 hits to start the inning, I just couldn't go anymore. Sal got me out of the jam without allowing another run, and we ended up tying the game 5-5, but I'd put us in too big of a hole to overcome, and we ended up losing 6-5. Not a good day for me, but hey, sometimes those happen, and you just have to deal with it. So thank you as always to all the fans who came out. It's always great seeing you, and if you want to see a pitch-by-pitch breakdown of how this game went wrong, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next one.